he was their best player by a long way. He dominated with ball in hand. He was the creator. He looked as sharp as I've ever seen him. He made all the right decisions. He took control of that team. He was the conductor, the director. He took over from Nicho Hynes, really, and he got the job done, and it was spectacular to watch.
I had the pleasure of talking to him on Saturday morning after the game. 2 tries, a try assist, 100 running metres, kicked beautifully. And it's a wonderful, wonderful story because in April his career was on the line. He'd been pulled over by the cops. He'd been charged with having drugs and alcohol in his system. He went away for a month. He got his act together. And look, you know what? He even went to the trouble of excluding himself from hotel gaming areas, things like that, which are a big change. Started to hang around with better crowd. I really loved what he said about Nicho Hynes. He said Nicho was there that solid for me during that month. And he said, now with the Nicho pile-on, I'm paying him back, and they're a really tight club down there, particularly those two.
But you made a really good point there. I think the more consistent you get off the field and get a great routine is the more consistent you become on the field.
And the better people you surround yourself with in life, Gordie.
Right. You are who you hang. Look who you're hanging around.
Exactly. Look at us. I mean, that was probably, I think it's as close as we've seen to a 10 out of 10, the old regular league week rankings in quite some time. I mean, he just dominated this game, and as you said, Nicho just sort of sat back and...
That try that he scores, right, he must have a small handbag for him to turn the footy on the end and grab it. It's just like the intelligence that he plays with and how quick he is between the ears.
What is interesting about this is Braden's actually off contract, Rudy, right?
Yeah. He's got a year to go.
But he can negotiate November.
November 1, yeah,
Okay,
he can negotiate.
So have you heard anything about that?
Well, they've been in talks with him, but they put talks on hold while the finals are going on, Brace. So at the moment, they've just put things on the back burner until they get the finals out the way. But I mean, you know, if he produces another big game this weekend, I mean, he's in line for a huge pay rise.
What's he on now and what's he looking at?
I think he's on around 300 now, and I would have thought, look, I mean, I think he's probably going to get double that, right? If he went to the open market, he'd get at least double that, given the dearth of halfbacks that are around the game at the moment, the way he's played.
After the weekend's performance.
After the weekend's
performance. It's amazing
performance.
how
what sort of
clubs
clubs
change that.
Well,
Do the Sharks want to keep him?
be fair, he's been pretty good
absolutely.
He's been pretty good for a little while now. I don't think it's one game.
But can they keep him more, Buzz?
Well, they've got a salary cap juggle, Gordie, because young Atkinson is in exactly the same position. He's been outstanding this year. I know he's only 18th man now. He's got the same contract situation. He's available to talk to other clubs in November. And when
that's
you manage
not a difficult decision, though.
it is.
Well, no, it's not. You keep Trindle. You
Well,
let
but you
Atkinson go.
don't want to lose Atkinson, mate. He's a very important part of a 30-man squad. They beat Melbourne in Melbourne.
Mate, that's the
with him.
salary cap. That's the way it works.
It is.
You've got to prioritise people. They've got.
And you know these sort of
would you do,
Atkinson
Buzz?
players.
What would you do?
I would definitely keep Trindle, make it a priority. But guys like
What would you do
Atkinson-
with Atkinson then? Because you're saying
Sorry?
Rudy, they should keep him. What do they do?
Look, I think it's a really tough one, mate. You know, I don't manage salary caps. I think, though, when these new franchises come in, he's going to get a good payday one day, Atkinson. Maybe he'll want to stay at Cronulla, where he's been so successful. You know as well as I do, you need more.
Yeah, but you don't really answer the question. So
I'd go
Nicho
Trindle.
Hynes and Trindle are both there. So it's like to Rudy's point, it's going to be very hard to keep him there. You were saying that they should, but maybe they can't.
Great, it's not just them. I mean, they've got Will Kennedy comes off. He's a November 1 guy. Teague Wilton, Britton Nakora. All those guys are priorities for me over Daniel Atkinson, with due respect to Daniel.
Yeah.
You know, when you stack them all up, he's probably on that list of guys, Hazelton, McInnes, he's probably the last one you go to.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You don't have a high opinion of him, Rudy.
No, I think he's a very good player, but I'm saying I'm saying in that pecking order, Brave,
Can I just
he's
say-
probably at the bottom of the pecking order.
Can I just
well,
say...
it's a good list.
Can I just say I'm so happy that Dino Mezzatesta is managing our salary cap and not you, OK?
Okay, yeah, good.
Thank you.
All right, Nicho Hynes was full of praise for Trindle, who's taken some of the heat off the under-pressure playmaker.
You're one of the most scrutinised players in the NRL. Do you put that down to kind of when you won the Daily Am? I'm sure you reflected on it. Why do you think you are one of the most scrutinised?
I actually don't know. You probably have to ask your colleagues and everyone around you why I am. It's just natural, it comes, and you just got to embrace it. You got to take the good with the bad, and don't ride the highs too high, don't ride the lows too low, and just deal with it. And not worried about it. I'm got a good, healthy life. My life isn't defined on an 80-minute game of football. We've always known he can play like that. Had a tough start to the year with what happened off field, and I think he's repaying us back right now. And the plan is to come back and do my role for the team, and he was playing great footy. If he's kicking really well and he's doing a good job at leading us around, then if I came in and tried to fight with him to get that role back, then it's not doing justice for the team. I still had a few kicks in the weekend. I'm happy for him to shine if we're still getting wins, as long as the most important stat is winning the game. And, if he's dominating the game, then I'm okay with that. It doesn't matter.
Nicho Hynes there, he was solid on the weekend without dominating. His partner in crime, Trindle, was the key performer. What do we make of his performance, Nicho, and his response today?
Well, probably a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Close, maybe a 6.5.
What game?
I love how fact he's playing unselfish. And he's run back into this football side. I think he's had 3 games back from injury, and he's allowing Trindle to be the dominant half. I didn't like the comment where he said 80 minutes is not the most important part of my life. I think it should be at this time of the year.
That's what you're paid for.
Well,
So I disagree with you 100%. I think that's the best thing he said. He's
Are
not
you serious?
I think he's not defined by football, Gordy. I know it's his
Okay,
job,
well, don't
but he's
play
not
it.
defined by it.
But
And I
don't
think that's
play it.
actually the best thing he said.
No. You're getting them mixed up. That's what you.
No, I'm not
that's
getting
your
him
job.
mixed up. I know exactly what he said.
Okay, so
But he's
then-
not defined by the 80 minutes on a football field.
So what are you defined by? You tell me what you were defined.
When you're on
my
that money,
children, Gordy,
Rudy,
my children, right? My wife, my children, that's what defines me.
But that doesn't
not
pay
my
you.
job.
No, but then that doesn't pay you, and that's because you love them. So so then you love them. But if you don't love the game that much, and if you don't
But he's
make it
not
a
saying
priority,
that.
if
He's
you don't
not
make
saying
it,
he doesn't love
if
the
I
game,
got $1
Gordy.
million to play the game, that's my priority.
He's saying there's other things in his life, and he
yes,
puts
and
all his energies into it. He works so hard
No,
to
he
be
didn't.
really successful.
He just said,
No?
I'm not defined by that.
Yes, but that doesn't mean he doesn't work
But you
hard.
are, aren't you?
Why is he defined by a game of football, 80 minutes of football? That doesn't define who you are as a person. It doesn't define Nicho Hynes.
I think
that's the smartest
It
thing
does
he
as a
said.
rugby league player.
As a rugby league player, but that's not what he's saying. He's talking about as a human being. That's not what defines him.
I'm talking about this next
But we don't talk
fortnight.
about Nicho as a human being, because as a human being, we think he's absolutely outstanding. And he does a lot of great work, right?
Yes, but that's what he's talking about, Gordy.
But he's not a social worker. He's a rugby league player on Saturday, and that's what we talk about.